The time is 11:05 on this late Friday night, July 12th, 2019. It is time now for the Peter Chittle Late Night News on this late Friday night, July 12th, 2019. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter J. Wiggins. It is 11:05, and we have a temperature of 72 degrees in Norton, Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Chittle Late Night News on this late Friday night is new accusations against Jeffrey Epstein now South resides. House rejects two AOC amendments to limit Trump border crackdown. Multi-millionaire Jeffrey Epstein paid $350,000 on a potential witness in the sex murder case, prosecutor said. Migrant shot, no showers, Texas Detention Center. Trump's on berries, strength unchanged, rain still main threat. Frame photo of Tommy Laren hangs in U.S. Border Patrol headquarters. Miller to give extended testimony after appearance postponed. And what ICE migrants are worried about the U.S. as the ICE raids start tomorrow. Magnitude 4.6 earthquake shakes Pacifico West overnight. Evacuated residents return home after a minor brush fire sets 10,000 acres ablaze. Sir Kim Derrick police launch probe into Trump email leak. Trump administration weighs penalties non-target for Russian missile system delivery. New U.S. plan to protect oil takers from Iranian attack is risky. Hezbollah leader says U.S. singing and talk. Ahead of ICE raids in other cities, lawyers that repeat that protests won't cooperate. NASA administrator on recent personal shakeup. There's no thrill at all. Apollo 13 spread out Friday's Richard Cat's Isle fate mission. We never got to the edge of the cliff. India's moon mission signals country's growth space mission. Dangerous bacterial cancer suspected Twitter patient's risk. And Nebraska woman dies of West Nile virus. Peter Chell News Top is 11:08. Representative Alexander Ocasio-Cortez won a civil outbreaks toward two border facilities in excess of what she described as a cruelty of Trump administration treatment of migrants. As legal marijuana sales move closer to reality, officials cite fiscal windfall. Stop Edinburgh Trump order to forfeit $4,000 tax fraud case. No federal cuts to reach his compromise to find the town manager. Edinburgh two-term school board member David quit last Friday. He won't seek re-election. 209 of the being a disabled man in Edinburgh. Taunton police are looking to smash and grab rubber at the Gallery Mall's K Jewelers store. It's the beginning and the end for Quincy Sterling Middle School as Quincy about after the new Southwest Middle School workers began tearing out just a school building that stood in Granite Street for 9 years. With 98 square foot home, Norway Woman hopes to foster cultural reuse. Peter Chell News Storm is 11:09. Time now for a sports report. Plus, the Red Sox open up the second half of the season on the right foot as they defeat the LA Dodgers in a rematch of last year's World Series, 8-1 at Fenway Park. Paul Sox split a doubleheader with Buffalo. 4-3 by Buffalo first at 6-2, but I Paul Sox in the second. Other scores are in Major Leagues. Bottom of ninth, Texas and Houston tied at 8. Bottom of ninth, San Francisco 6, Milwaukee 5. Bottom of 8, Kansas City Royals 8, Detroit Tigers 5. Bottom of 9, Arizona Diamondbacks 4, St. Louis Cardinals 2. Bottom 8, Colorado Rockies 3, Cincinnati Reds 2. Bottom 2, LA Angels 7, Seattle Mariners 0. Top of 4, Oakland 3, Chicago White Sox 0. Bottom of 3rd, Atlanta 3, San Diego 0. Chicago Cubs 4, Pittsburgh Pirates 3, Washington Nationals 4, Philadelphia Phillies 0. Tampa Bay 16, Baltimore 4, Yankees 4, Toronto 0, Minnesota 5, Cleveland 3, and Miami 8, Yankees Mets 4. Looking at the regular season standing so far, Sox 9 behind the Yankees and the Rays. And in the wild card, Boston 1 game behind the Cleveland Indians for the final wild card spot in the American League. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Russell Westbrook must give his point guard position to James Harden. Kawhi Powell, George Outright, L. Labonte Diaz, Jalen Rose, top 5 NBA duos. And LeBron James can't give number 23 jersey to Anthony Davis until 2020. Peter Cheldusov is 11-11. Time now for Peter Chel traffic towards the check. Ready for the MBTA. Greenland C. Peter Chels 11-11. Time now for traffic towards the check. Ready for the MBTA. Green light. Shuttle bus is placed at Greenland C. Bridge. Service between St. Mary's Street and Plymouth Circle about 8:30 p.m. on Friday. At the end of service on Sunday, July 14th. And shuttle bus replaced Greenland D branches between Kenmore and Newton House about 8:30 p.m. till end of service on July 8th and 11th, and 10:30 p.m. on July 12th due to truck and signal work. Greenwich train 293, 10 p.m. at Bottom Main stop near Quincy Center due to 028. Spurs of the American ahead. It will be considered trip severely beyond schedule west trade 202 to assist by the departure of the trade. Kingston, train 057, 10:40 p.m. Mount Pleasant Park severely beyond the schedule today. Delays currently occurring on the Old Colony line. Middleburg train 028, 9:25 p.m. Mountain Main stop at Quincy Center to make another shoe. It'll be assisted to the Boston by it. About Cape Fire train will report to Quincy Center down. And Middleburg train 029, 10:30 p.m. Mount Barton to stop near Quincy Center to train 028 express to the Break should ahead. It will be due to strip severely beyond schedule west train 028. Assisted by the unfortunate bad trade. And the ferry they are no good. All right, how was it about with New England around the area? The Xfinity Center, Florida Georgia line just got out at 140 both ends back between TPC and Boston all the way to the 485 in Benson. 485 stepping on the ramp to 140 stop for 485 stop. A little slow. Look at that, was it about with New England 24 stop on side. Little slow about not on side and stop on side. Slow at 44 to rate up. To do night work. 35 westbound side. A little slow Wareham stretch. Southeastern Massachusetts, the Cape Byways out. Looking good in Rhode Island. Meadow Bridge on both ends, it's backed up. Bed 95, northbound side, so 128 out of PB, 485 at the northbound side, so 28 at Andover, 485 at the southbound side of Havel Switch, 298 eastbound side, so Barber Circuit, 485 at the northbound side, also 28 Barber at 190 southbound side, so between Lumsden and West Boylston and Western Massachusetts highways out. Looking good. 91 northbound side, so between 291 and 20 in Winterlock, Connecticut, 84 westbound side, so after 91 in Hartford, Connecticut. 91 northbound side also for 84 Hartford, Connecticut, at 84 both ends back between Denver and Newtown, Connecticut. At Merritt Parkway, both ends back between Norwalk and Fairfield, and Merritt Parkway eastbound side, so Greenwich stretch to 95 at the northbound side, so between Greenwich and Darien, and up and off of New England, 95 at the southbound side of the Hampton Tolls and New Hampshire, it's also on Route 101 and 87 and 89, 91 and southbound side, also on the U.S. Canadian border in Vermont, and now Route 15 and 55 at the northbound side, so it's South Quebec at the U.S. Canadian border. Peter Cheldusov, 11:14, time now for a weather report. Heavy band to rain showers and storms off Marshfield, and rain showers off Gloucester, and rain showers east of Nantucket. All right, latest on Barry, 11 p.m. advisory. Barry is expected to become a hurricane before reaching the south coast of Louisiana. Dangerous storm surge, heavy rains, and wind conditions expected across the north central Gulf Coast. Hurricane warning expected for the coastal city of the Grand Isle. Tropical warning expected for Mount of the Pearl River to Grand Isle, concentrated Lake Bypass included, but for New Orleans and the coastal city of the Cameron. Surge warning to affect for the coastal city of the Biloxi, Lake Concentrated, and surge warning to affect for Biloxi and the Mississippi and Alabama border. Hurricane warning to affect for Mississippi River to the Grand Isle and the coastal city of the Cameron. And Tropical warning to affect for eastern mouth of the Pearl River and the Mississippi Alabama border. At 10 p.m. Central Time, 11 p.m. our time, Center tropical very west, located in latitude 20.6 off, longitude 91.0 to the west, and Barry is moving toward the west northwest 33 miles an hour. Most of them toward the northwest should begin overnight, followed by a turn toward the north Saturday night, Sunday, and on the forecast track, the center of Barry will be approaching the south central coast of the Louisiana tonight, and make landfall along the south central Louisiana coast on Saturday. After landfall, very expected to move chilly northward toward the Mississippi Valley throughout Sunday night. Maxine with 65 miles an hour with higher gusts and strength is forecast before landfall. Barry is expected to become a hurricane when the center reaches Louisiana coast on Saturday. Weekend expected after Barry moves inland. Trust reports was 1 to 75 miles up on the center. South Precipitation pop for South Tibler block up the coast of Louisiana recently reported. Same wind gusts of 47 miles gusts of 59 miles an hour. Minnesota pressure 993 millibars at 29 to 33 inches. Storm surge, a combination of dangerous storm surge and an will cause normally dry areas to be due to the coast to be flooded by reservoirs moving inland from the shoreline. The water could reach a part height above ground somewhere that indicate areas of the peak surge occurs at a time of high tide. Intercoastal cities of Shell Beach 3 to 6 feet, Shell Beach, Biloxi, Mississippi 3 to 5 feet, Lake Pontchartrain 3 to 5 feet, Biloxi, Mississippi to Mississippi, Alabama 2 to 4 feet, Lake Fairfax 1 to 3 feet. Surge related flood depends on the relative time of the surge of the tidal cycle can vary greatly with short distances for information to the area. Please products these by local National Service Forecast Office. Rainfall very expected to produce total accumulation of 10 to 20 inches on the south central and southeast Louisiana and southwest Mississippi with isolated maximum amounts of 25 inches. And these rains are expected to lead a dangerous life further than flooded over parts of the central Gulf Coast of the lower Mississippi Valley beginning the year's early Saturday morning across the Raven area of the lower Mississippi Valley. Total rain accumulation of 48 inches are expected to have maximum amounts of 12 inches. By early next week, very expected to produce rainfall accumulation of 48 inches across western ports of the Tennessee Valley. And hurricane conditions expected in the northern areas late tonight or Saturday, with possible conditions occur spread across the area. Hurricane conditions are possible within the hurricane watch area tonight or Saturday morning. Possible conditions occur across the tropical border area in southeastern Louisiana at the time. Tropical conditions are possible in the tropical watch area by tonight or Saturday. Wind gusts, tropical force conditions, squalls are possible along parts of the coast of Alabama and the western Florida Panhandle throughout Saturday night. A couple of tornadoes are possible late tonight throughout Saturday across southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi. Forecast for Texas. Tonight, forecast about 66 degrees. Cowboy coming northwest about 5 miles a minute. For Saturday, sun's coming 88 degrees. Northwest about 5 miles coming live variable. Saturday night, most goods about 67 degrees. Southwest about 5 miles coming a minute. For Sunday, Sunday, most goods about 86, about 62 degrees. Winds west about 3 to 7 miles an hour. Shooting in the northwest about 2 to 5 miles an hour. For Monday, Sunday, most goods about 85, about 63 degrees. Northwest about 5 miles an hour. Shooting the call. Wind for Tuesday, Sunday, forecast about 88, about 69 degrees. Cowboy coming southwest about 9 miles an hour in the afternoon. For Wednesday, chance of 3 p.m. Most that's gonna have about 93, about 31 degrees. West about 6 miles an hour. For Friday, chance of put to the most about 86, about 68 degrees. Over wind coming south about 6 miles at the border. Chance for this 50%. And for Friday, put that's 86 degrees. About the river wind becoming northwest about 5 miles in the afternoon. Right now, northern it's fair August 72 degrees. And that's me for the Peter Channel. Late night news on this late Friday night, July 12th, 2019. Viewers, hope you have a good night with a good day to the I'll see you tomorrow morning when I'm more important. I hope you all have a good night.